Tiff, as always, we're hanging out. We want to update you guys on the progress that we have been making with the Empire. As of right now, it looks like my internet is doing rather poorly. Let me see if I can't connect to Wi-Fi, and if maybe that'll help me a little bit. I hope everybody's doing well today, and I hope that we are able to get off to a productive stream. I wasn't able to post a video. Normally we post a video on Friday for our patrons, and then on Saturday for everybody else. So today would have been the day that it dropped normally for you guys, but the previous day, yesterday, would have been when it drops for everybody on Patreon. And so I felt awful. Hey Tiff, could you cut that light off? It sets a really bad glare. Yeah, I'm sorry. White Wind said speedrun getting onto live. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, how is my connection doing? It looks a little glitchy on my end. I'm not sure how it's doing with you guys. Cosnaria, good to see you as well. It said, hey AP, how you doing? Did you see my recent comment? I'll have to check on your recent comment. I know you went to MicroCon. Congratulations on that. I hope Cosnaria had a blast. I saw your photos in our Discord, and that means a ton. I just wanted to let everybody know that, real quick before we begin, before our inability to post, which is some of the stuff that I want to update you guys on and tell you that I'm excited to talk about. We're still going to be coming out with regular videos, hopefully weekly videos, but this past week we had a big project we were trying to do and it made us unable to. So that being the case, for everybody who was on our Patreon who missed it yesterday, you guys, I want to offer a special thing for you. If anybody wants to do like an exclusive video call session or live stream, we could set that up to where if you guys have any questions about micronationalism in particular, if you guys have any setups that you want for advice for your own particular nations, that could be something that we could do. So for anybody who joins our Patreon this month, or for anybody who missed the thing yesterday because we weren't able to update and actually give you guys a video yesterday, you guys have the opportunity now to be able to use that. So I wanted to make good on that. I wanted to still provide that value to our patrons. So if you guys ever want to have kind of an exclusive thing set up, anybody interested who is either a part of our Patreon starting this month or anybody who has been at all and has missed for this last video because of us, let me know and we will hit that up for you. Tiff's playing with Moondust. Moondust is her cat.
Winter was jumping out trying to get his tail, so I was laughing at him.
He's a super cute boy. I'll show you guys real quick. Sorry to jump off topic too much, but if I slowly turn the camera, not to give everybody a massive headache, they are playing right now, and it's absolutely adorable. Tiff and I, in addition to all of the stuff we're doing with school and with Aeternia, have been trying to just have a little bit of fun at home, and that's been difficult from time to time.
Fun?
Yes. Set fun.
Fun.
Whoa! Like that. Like throwing a giant balloon ball at me. Tiffany just found a giant balloon ball back here. We don't know why it's back here or whose balloon ball it is, but it is back here.
It feels weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's very like elasticy.
It is. We're just fighting now. My apologies. But I hope everybody can hear us well. Let me know if the audio is good. We just got these new mics, which have been helping out on a lot of our recent videos, but also are something that I don't want to mess up that chandelier thing.
You're gonna.
Is also something that we've been trying to do to upgrade the streams. Thank you guys for liking who are here that have liked. It means a lot. Please tell me, Cosnaria, though, what your update is. Francisco says, hello, AP. Hey, Francisco, it's good to see you. I have been seeing some of your comments as well on our Discord. I appreciate you hanging out and supporting us. White One says, a bit glitchy on our end too, though the audio is fine. I appreciate it. Again, sorry for all the horrible audio. Francisco says, how are you? Fake name says, no, I didn't. Whoever is posting that ain't me. Cosnaria, are you serious? They had like a hat and everything. They were like, hey, I feel like it's you. I feel like you're teasing. White Wind says, 3 FPS. Oh goodness, for real, it's absolutely garbage. Fake name says, anyway, I'll save you the time on checking comments. I'm considering leaving micronationalism behind. Oh dang, why is that? Like, I hear people say they're going to leave micronationalism behind, and I've heard this from many people. And it's wild because the concept seems strange to me. You can leave leadership of a country, I suppose, and that's sad, certainly. And I do want to discuss that and your reasons for why you feel like you may be leaving the leadership of your country. But why wouldn't you just let somebody else take over leadership of that? Or why wouldn't you, like, even if you're disbanding the entire micronation altogether, if you're like nobody else will pick it up, why don't you still join another micronation or do something to continue to help that? Because if you believe in that cause, right, and you believe that people should be able to develop their own states, and you feel like there are people who have the opportunity to create better states than the ones that we have now from the ground up, then that idea kind of keeps you as a micronationalist, right? Like saying you're giving up micronationalism, I suppose, is wild because it means you're also taking away resources from the entire community, right? Like all these people who are actively trying to push for that. If you're saying you're leaving micronationalism, I hope you don't mean you're leaving the ideology, because that would mean it's like harder than to convince other people of why this is such a good thing if you're saying like I leave it behind. Like it's become a problem for me, so I'm leaving the ideology altogether, not just that you're leaving your nation. But even still, that's tragic on its own right, and I do want to discuss that. Why is that? White One says, yes, the new mics are amazing. The audio quality has definitely gotten better. Hey, awesome. Gnome says, been here for just a minute. Hope you've been well. Good to see you, Kingdom of Gnome. I appreciate you hanging out with us, and I hope you've been well as well. I got your message on TikTok, so I'd love to collaborate and figure out what we can do when you're available. I hope the move is going well. If you don't know, Kingdom of Gnome, they're trying to move out to a new piece of land, so that's exciting. Francisco says, we've developed a lot since the last stream. We've established our space agency. That's insane. How do you do that? Are you into model rocketry? Do you have, an amateur radio's license? Stuff like that. What's gotten you into that? Do you have a telescope? You doing radio astronomy? Aeternia Empire says, hello. Hey, Aeternia Empire. Good to see you. Thank you guys for being here and for liking the video. Francisco says, we've lost 5 allies because the leaders just left their micronations and the nations collapsed. It's sad seeing that. 100%. That's something that I do want to bring up. That happens a lot when you're talking about micronations, like, people leaving micronationalism. That does happen a lot, where it's like those people could continue to I suppose, like, dedicate time to supporting those causes and supporting those other nations that they believe in without leaving altogether. Just because you don't necessarily want to be in a leadership role and take on all that responsibility, you can still do just as important work being somebody who just is on the ground trying to push the concept of micronationalism. In the last couple videos you guys have seen, we've been doing that, right? I think a lot of micronational leaders kind of stand up on a pedestal and they go, I'm not going to go out and talk to people. What? I recruit people. I get people through the glory of our nation, and I do it through social media, and that's kind of it. I won't go out in public and talk to people and try and show support for my cause. Certainly some do, and when they do, it's amazing. I think those are some of the biggest and most impressive feats that we see, just of people making human connections and really being able to build their communities based on that sense of trust and knowing another person. That happens on the line too, but recently Tiff and I have been doing that, going out in public, getting interviews with people, and we hope to do more. There was actually, before the last video we did on it, the hunt for micronational citizens, where we went into Huntsville, Alabama, and actually went and talked to people about the Empire of Aeternia and asked them if they would consider supporting us in some way or joining. And it was really incredible to see. We made a good few connections, have a good few phone numbers and stuff like that, people to reach out to, which is exciting. But that being the case, it's not over yet. We still have a lot to do. We're still not nearly where we'd like to be. But there are more updates to come. Real quick, Tiff, I didn't realize that the hunt is like a joke name off of Huntsville as well. Mm-hmm. Tiff knew that. Tiff's on it more than me. Goodness. I'm just realizing that now. I feel silly.
Look, come do this. This is really fun.
Okay, Tiff's wanting me to play a game. Let me angle the camera for you guys real quick. I do want to continue to talk about what we've been up to, and I have some surprise things to show you guys. So keep hanging out with us, but real quick, let me see what Tiff wants to do.
No,
What's she doing?
you just hold it still and then you go.
This anything like visual is garbage for this live stream because it looks awful, but the audio quality is good.
No, but it's fun.
It is fun. I'm doing this bouncing. It's weird because it's like a balloon, but
I don't know. It's so elastic.
it's more stretchy than a balloon. Yeah, it's almost like
crazy.
a rubber ball. It's really
It's
crazy.
like someone took bubble gum, blew it up, and then just thickened it. And this is what this was. This was the outcome.
It is. We're slowly becoming an ASMR channel, guys, so just hang out for that. Audio quality depletes to nothing. Visual quality depletes to nothing. Excuse me. Audio quality becomes God tier. Okay. So first off, Francisco says, feels like micronationalism is dying, in Europe at least. I'm sorry to hear that. I will say, in a sense, that could be a sign of good things, right? It sucks that micronationalism has hard times, but when it does, I think that's because people are just rathering living their lives, preferring to enjoy things outside of that, and don't feel a need to build a country or develop that. So if that's the case, that's wonderful, right? There are still plenty of people and circumstances that do need that and do need that help. So I recommend that people push harder to try to get that message out there.
This is crazy to watch on the stream.
It's very glitchy
It was very
right now.
jagged.
The entire stream is very glitchy right now. Yeah, I've been trying to reconnect to like the internet to do Wi-Fi stuff.
Try to reset it. Right? You're just on mobile. It shouldn't.
No, I'm not on mobile right now. I'm on the Wi-Fi.
But I could try to reset it with your phone. Just jump to mobile
Yeah, I think so.
and not like end it.
Okay, we're gonna do an experiment, guys. Let me hop off of their Wi-Fi real quick, and they'll reset it. Tiff will reset it for us. Thank you, Tiff. Let me turn this off. It may glitch for a second. Give me like 30 seconds if you guys don't mind. Ooh, just leave me a comment because I just disconnected. So hopefully on 5G. It looks like we're on 5G, but the visual quality is great. That being the case, you're a cutie.
I'm laughing at
It's
the mouth.
it is. It's so bad. Tiff has on the Owls mark, which thank you, Tiff. It was very wonderful. I appreciate it. Ooh, we got 5 viewers. Thank you guys for joining us and liking the video. Tiff's setting down her mic for a second, taking up her position. Oh, goodness. And she just screamed away chasing the cats. If you remember some of our very first videos, I've been great part of it. Charcoal. That was where it started. It was with charcoal. We just had some connection difficulties, just reconnected. Well, I'm going to keep talking to everybody about micronations are doing. Let me just bring this up real fast. We have been doing this metals refining stuff for a long time, and it has been difficult. Similarly to how a lot of people push and push and push for micronationalism, and it doesn't necessarily give you the results that you want, and may not give you those results for a long time. There is benefit to continuing to go on. Maybe not always in the same form. Maybe you change some stuff up. Maybe you take some time to relax. But if you want to keep going with that, it starts to pay off. And I'm going to show you this in the example of our metals refining industry. We have spent a significant amount of money in the metals refining industry. We have improved it a lot over the years. Good gracious, everybody. Sorry about that. Horrible connection issues there. Let me go ahead and see what everybody's doing here. Francisco says AP has telekinesis. Oh, goodness. Real quick, let me... White Wind says micronationalism is dying across Asia as well. We had some Asian allies, but they put a hold on their micronations. Oh, goodness. I do want to continue to talk about that real quick. Let me just jump into this. So the biggest issue that we have with our metals refining industry is that it has been such a slow progress. But we went from that charcoal-fired furnace years ago to an electric arc furnace, which could melt any metal that we had, but only a very, very small amount of it, and not you know, those higher temperature metals, it was hard to pour them and cast them into anything. Yes, Tiff?
Check out this cat.
Okay.
He chased after me. He's following me back.
Tiffany's trying to show me the cat. One moment.
He's
Okay.
a cute little boy. You get one?
The internet does love cats, so this I'll accept. I'll accept the derailment for the thing. Also, Tiffany reset the Wi-Fi, and I think that has helped us immensely now. Quality's still very slow.
He gets
Again,
camera shots.
garbage. He does. He's a priss. He's a nervous
followed me
boy.
the whole way.
He's sitting down there. He knows something's happening. It's an issue. My apologies for the delay, guys. So with the development of our metals refining industry, we went from that to being able to make those little like muffin tin ingots with the electric arc furnace, and starting to make small little cast pieces. Now we are at the point that we've been able to do a lot more. Hey, here he is. It's moon dust.
Do you know you're not supposed to pick them up by their arms?
I didn't. Oh, because it hurts them. It spreads their arms
their
out.
joints don't move like ours.
Yeah.
You need to grab them by the chest.
Fair enough. I will learn proper cat handling techniques. Thanks to you. I appreciate it too. So the big thing that we've been to now is actually getting a large propane furnace, which gives us a lot more volume. It's not as good for the environment. It's better than the charcoal burning that we were doing, significantly better, but still not as great as we'd like to. We'd eventually like to be all electric, but I have some impressive things to show with those improvements and with that technique, and a new technique in our casting as well, which I want to talk about at some point soon. We've been able to make two really cool products not too long ago. The first one is this beautiful little hatchet that I've been using to collect herbs, and I might make a video on that soon. We started our garden there in Vitae, and so we want to use this to harvest. But as you can see, if I can get a little closer and it'll show up well, we have the arrow of progress there on both sides that is actually not painted on, but is in fact laser burned, laser engraved into the wood itself. We've got this hand carved wood handle, of course our copper wire there, and then our beautiful little axe head right here. This is awesome. I love having this thing. It's super, super cool. Feels nice in your hand. And then as well, Tiff's trying to murder me out here. It's a coup instantly.
No, it's not that sharp yet.
It's not. It's not as sharp as we need it to be. But as well, we have this beautiful little figurine, which we've created. It's a statue of Gaia, I believe, and there are a number of little like supernatural, like magic shop places around Huntsville that we've been talking to as potential sources of interest for consignment. So that would actually be places where we could make products and put them out and sell them in a store and have them actually in a storefront. As well, just as a pattern of coincidence, I suppose, a lot of these magic shops have been more interested in supporting us and partnering with us as far as taking our cards to allow them to have some cards to hand out to people, having the ability for us to put up a flyer in their window. As well, we have made our own business cards and going out to talk to people. So this has been a lot of things in a row. We want to kind of show off those cards here. There you go. They're pretty cool. They have all our social media and everything, our email address in the center, and then of course on the top is the iconic arrow of progress like Tiffany showed. I think it's super cool because when you hand somebody a card, normally it has like the name of the company or whatever on the front side with the logo. But this way I feel like it's almost a little bit mysterious. It's cool. You hand them the card. They have the emblem, the arrow of progress on it. And then they flip it over and they see the Empire of Aeternia and all of our stuff. How do you feel about what we've been up to?
Tiring.
Yes. A lot of tiring stuff. We've been running almost non-stop trying to do all
You
this.
should have censored this too.
Because it's a female figure. It's fine. It's fine. She has clothes on. It's fine. So the other thing, one of the projects that we've been working to up to this week, which is why we weren't able to make a video for yesterday and today, is the fact that we are building an automatic can crusher. I will have some edited content out of that very soon. It's not complete yet. If our lead engineer Tiff wants to take it away on describing how it's working and the successes we've had so far, I'm excited for that. But we're at a point now where we have everything together. We just have a little bit further to go to get it exactly where we want, and then we should be able to massively increase the output of our metals refining production, which makes everything cheaper for us and easier for us to do. But Tiff, take it away.
All right, jargon or non-jargon?
Try and explain it as simply as you can, I suppose.
Okay, no one knows engineering. That's how we're taking it.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
I don't know engineering, but I'm trying.
All right, we have a belt that goes really quick. A motor. A motor that spins really quick. Has 1 horsepower. I think most people know what horsepower is. And we've attached it to a belt that has 2 different rods. Spins. Second rod has a big old wheel. That big old wheel has a metal rod that then pushes our board on a track back and forth, and the can drops into the track, and then it goes and smashes it. But as of right now, our track isn't long enough, and so it has to hit it like 2 or 3 times, and then it crunches it like in half, so it's not quite to the efficiency that we want.
Agreed. I'm excited to show you guys this thing. The primary issue with it, we got finished with this thing, building this first iteration.
In like 2 days?
Yeah,
maybe
in like
6 hours?
2 days, 6 hours. We ended up like just having to stop late Thursday night, leading into Friday. And this thing is like a pretty violent machine, I've got to be honest.
Oh yeah, about smack AP in the face over here because we didn't put our top board on yet, and we're just making sure that it was going to run the track properly. And we picked it up to speed, it hit the can, the board lifted up and then slung out of the track and started just wowing around and about smacked him in the face.
It was absolutely horrendous.
It was hilarious.
It was. The thing that...
But you didn't want me to videotape that take, so we don't have that one on video.
No, we did. Well, 'cause we just wanted to try out the machine. I was like, if this thing like instantly like shreds itself apart, it's probably not going to be great for us to be trying to like hold the camera and film. It may be like an emergency situation. So we have this thing, we're like holding it down and running that motor and allowing it to try and crush the can. And it's just not like, it's stabilized on legs, but it's not weighted like it needs to be to hold that force.
I told you what we need to do.
No, we did.
We haven't done that yet.
Tiff's got the engineering prowess. She's got those plans for what our next steps are going to be. I just wanted to see what we could get at that point, and it was impressive, but wild for sure. So we're gonna have to like weigh it down, put some more framing on it to give it some more support, and then we're probably gonna have to rebuild 2 of the main pieces, which are that track and that wheel. But we're moving forward pretty quickly. I'm excited about it. And once we do have an automatic can crusher, I think that's going to be crazy to show off on videos as a part of our production process and to go through our refining industry. Let's go through and read what everybody's talking about with micronationalism, and then we will get back into what we've been up to. I think the visuals are going a little bit better. Okay, so...
Yeah, it's like maybe a second off.
Yeah.
2 seconds off.
The reason I'm thinking about because Naria said, also 5 viewers, thank you guys for liking the videos. If you haven't liked it, it would mean a lot. Fake Name says, the reason I'm thinking about leaving is because of recent experiences in religion. Ooh, people I have seen corrupting the church, but only reason they can is because people like me keep retreating. Interesting. So I don't know if there's enough time for me to be a micronationalist and involved in my church. Um, I, what's up? Oh, okay. Tiff's got to dip out for a second. Ooh, we got 6 likes. Thank you guys for the 6 likes. Yeah, I would just say, real quick, like I said earlier, micronationalism is something that you carry with you in your heart. You know, it's a belief, it's an ideology. So when you are going around and talking to other people, as long as you keep promoting micronationalism, you're a micronationalist. As long as you believe that micronations are, you know, a way forward for society to progress and for new societies to evolve, and is a method of achieving that, then you are a micronationalist. I think that you can still be involved in a micronation, even your own micronation, if you don't want to be a part of the government. You know, you can take a very relaxed role. You can even, you know, join another micronation if you wanted to, just as a citizen, and that still helps incredibly. I think you'll find over the course of your life, you end up with more and less free time in different periods. And so at the end of the day, it's really about trying to understand what that looks like for your commitments. And that's difficult for me. I always struggle with that, dealing with school, dealing with sometimes work, and dealing with micronationalism is hard. It gets harder as you get older. You get more family responsibilities. You get more life responsibilities. You know, friendships, social relationships. That all is hard to juggle. But I would say that as you keep going and you find those ebbs and flows in free time, try to stick to things that you know you can commit to in lighter fashion for things that aren't, you know, at the top of your priority list. So if you are someone who wants to be a part of micronationalism, but you don't want to give all of your time to it, which, you know, some people do. We're trying to do that. But if that's not for you, there's still a role for you to play that creates a lot more benefit than I think you realize. Francisco says, we are not making rockets for now, we are just observing the universe. Hey, very cool. Congratulations. I wish you all luck with your space program. Fake Name says, it's important to know that I'm trying to enlist in the U.S. Space Force, so that would be a minimum of 4 years where my time is super limited, more so than right now. Agreed. I, again, still am like, you should still be a part of that. If you haven't heard the story of Travis McHenry of West Arctica, he is a man who was in the military, and started a micronation in the military, and continued that on throughout the rest of his life so far. So I would tell you to reconsider if it's something you're passionate about. If not, I definitely understand. But if I were you, I would at least put some more thought into it. Think about other ways that you could be a part of a micronation without taking on a large, you know, time commitment. I think that's doing a disservice to your abilities and belief in it. Francisco says, there are small micronations which are doomed to fail, and there are those popular micronations like Australasia or however it is called, and they survive because a lot of people join them. Maybe so. Do you think that, like, any micronation, though, even like Molossia, Sealand, those places make certainly more money. Even I would argue like Slowjamistan now. You know, those micronations make a decent amount of money, right? From doing different tours and, you know, press events, things like that. But even still, I think a lot of their money comes from other places. You know, I don't think anybody's become a multimillionaire from being a micronationalist. So otherwise their micronations would be a lot larger and a lot more expansive, you would think. So that being the case, I think a lot of people are doing it because they're passionate about it. You know, I think there are more and more efforts to make micronationalism something that is profitable so that it can be more sustainable for larger populations and try to achieve more of those ambitious goals that micronations pursue, as in not only, you know, self-defined sovereignty for the extent of trying to promote your belief in your community and assert your status as an independent nation, but also in the sense that you are trying to achieve recognition, from other countries, from communities, local communities, state communities, other, smaller nations, things like that. When you try to make friends like that and you're trying to push like that, that requires a lot of money and effort. And so there are plenty of people who are pushing for that, but I would say that doesn't necessarily mean that, certain micronations are doomed to fail or whatever. I think it's the ones that you see that are more successful, they didn't just become more successful out of nowhere. It's because a lot of them, when you look at them, are 20, 30 years old, even sometimes 10, 15 years old. And then some of them on top and just haven't left that space and just keep doing that. But even still, some of them are actually people who are dedicated to pursuing that at any cost. People who are putting a lot of money in, people who are dedicating a lot in one way or the other to it. And that's the people that I think you see who are most successful, not the other way around. But nonetheless, it's hard. There are plenty of people who also dedicate a lot to it and still don't, become super famous or successful with it. But I would argue that right now, even the most famous, most successful micronationalists have very limited fame and success. So I'd say shoot for the moon, for sure. Fake name Cosnarius says, anyways, if you want a better explanation for my whole view on church corruption, watch Redeemed Zoomer, but on to Microcon, I don't have enough money for plane tickets. I'm a student of engineering. Oh, wow, okay. So a completely different group. My apologies. I may be confusing two different micronations, and if I am, I'm sorry. I wish you guys luck. Also, 6 viewers, 6 likes. Thank you guys for liking, and anybody who hasn't, it helps to promote the channel. It does more than you think, so I appreciate it. Fake name says, I'm a student of engineering. That's very cool. Tiffany is going for her master's in engineering right now. I am going for my master's in physics. Whiteland says, I had to help get dinner ready. What'd I miss? I would say recapping our items here. Again, this one, statue of Gaia that we're going to make into some sort of product for one of the local like metaphysical shops around here. They've been nice enough to offer us the opportunity to be in a consignment deal with them. And then as well, we have this little hatchet that just has the Empire of Aeternia symbol on it, the Arrow of Progress there. And then, of course, this beautiful axe head that we poured and actually made out of aluminum. And then, of course, made this hand-carved wooden handle, laser engraved Arrow of Progress and the copper wire sealed into there. I love this little piece. I've been using it again for collecting herbs, and as we grow our garden, we'll use that for chopping up compost or for actually removing root vegetables out of the ground and stuff like that. So we're starting to move forward. We're starting to get to a point in Aeternia where we can build a lot of things, and we can build more complicated things. Not just in the sense of, like we talked about, automatic can crusher that we're making, which is really cool, but we can also build the gears for things like that. We can build our own, tools, our own functional tools. We can build our own statues and cultural items. We could, if we wanted to, make bowls and cups and things like that. We can start to make jewelry. We can start to, make our own metals. So we have created the Unity metal, which is something that has been out for quite a while now, and that we haven't been able to do an update on. So I would actually love to make an updated Unity metal, as well as other types of metals that we could cast ourselves, that would end up ultimately being, I think, fairly cheap as far as the level of commitment that we need to make each one. I think it would be exciting for us to attempt that. And so that's kind of one of our next big items, I think, is trying to make and pour some of those pieces. Starting to expand our shop with the Etsy shop, which is the Imperial Market. So trying to make more items like this, more little custom items for micronationalists, whether that's medals, we can make custom medals for your nation, we could make special jewelry, special things, accessories for outfits, stuff like that. And then of course, functional tools, like model weaponry and stuff like that, for display, for, ceremonial purposes. We can make all sorts of stuff. I would eventually, we accidentally poured this huge piece of aluminum that I want to turn into like a big battle axe, that I think would be cool. Like a two-headed axe or something. I would love to make, custom busts, for example, of people, different micronational leaders and stuff. We make small statues for them, things like that. So I think there's a lot to be done there, and I'm excited for that progress. In addition to everything we've been doing at Vitae. If you guys haven't watched our last video, we are actively developing Vitae into our homestead. It is our capital territory. It is something that is fundamental to who we are. And we are starting to get it off of the ground and starting to be able to open that up to the community. That's very slow. That's been a long and difficult road to do. But over time, we've had more and more visitors as we've been developing. We started with just myself, and then myself and Tiffany, working out there and developing out there. And then it went from myself and Tiffany to Ryan, a good friend of ours who has been helping us, and has come out a couple of times to help us to continue developing Vitae. And then it's been back to me and Tiff for a good while. Recently when we planted our garden out there, we had Tiffany, myself, and Winter, her friend. So these are people who are interested in our community, who have been helping us out, and who are friends of ours, personal friends of ours. Eventually we would like to get Jet out there. If you guys don't know, Jet and I do a lot of collaborative videos together, especially back in the day we did a lot more. But Jet's a good friend of mine. I'd love to get him out there. And as we continue, we are just kind of having individual people go out there. What's so special about that? For me, it is the fact that we are going into a period of expansion, right? We're not only bringing people out there more often, we are trying to expand access to it. So for a long time, since we've gotten the property, we've been trying to get a culvert placed out in front of it so that we can actually connect to the local road there, the Alabama roads in the U.S. So we're working out a deal right now with them to actually have it come out and inspected so that we can place the culvert out and then connect to the road legally. Once we do that, we are able to build a more expansive driveway. So right now we are having to kind of drive our car off-road to be able to get to the property and park effectively, and that's something that is a real hazard for other people and creates financial liability for us if somebody breaks down and gets stuck. So what's nice about this situation is we have the opportunity to create, once we place that culvert in, which we haven't done yet, we're still waiting on that approval. Once we do that, we can actually get more people out there and start having a proper parking lot where 4 or 5 cars at a time can park out there, and we can start having regular visitation. We can start doing community events out there. These are the things that we're excited for and pushing for. But that starts right now with just showing people what this place can do and why it's so special to us. So, I talked about harvesting herbs and things like that with this little hatchet. We have gone into planting a garden. So again, if you haven't watched one of our most previous videos, you definitely should, because we are creating that garden out there. We are actually planting out there. We are starting to build an actual dwelling out there. We have the first out of 8 sections of wall placed, and we're starting on the second out of 8 sections of wall, so we're almost a quarter complete with the walling. We already have the foundation in. We need to add a little bit more to the foundation and then finish that walling up, and then we will be onto the roofing. And we have ourselves a little dwelling, a very temporary shelter that we can use to camp out on weekends, but that expands the amount of time we can be out there, which saves us money on gas because we don't have to, if we want to make a visit, drive back and forth and back and forth. So the cost of being out there per hour is decreased for us, which also means that we can do more in expanding and expanding more quickly, which means developing the driveway more quickly, and everything continues to improve from there. But that is something that warms my heart to know that we're able to do, and is exciting as we continue to push forward. So that's what Aeternia is doing. That's what we have been up to just in the last several months, you know. We got Vitae a little over a year ago now. And so since that time, we have been really pushing to try and develop it. And we have made some substantial progress. There are even things that we haven't placed out there that are still in the works that are going to aid a lot in that development and showing how advanced Vitae really can be. But that's, you know, all one step at a time. We have a few more things to do out there to make sure that we can secure it a little better. We'd like to eventually get cameras out there. We'd like to put up fencing when we can afford it. Doing things like that to make sure that the land is a little more secure. That way we can put and feel comfortable putting more expensive equipment out there. That even goes to building this shelter, this dwelling. When we have our first dwelling built, we can actually have a storage space that we can lock up. So even if somebody does trespass on our land, it's more difficult without really clear, obvious signs of it for them to break in and steal anything. You know, right now out at Vitae, a lot of our resources are just up to the environment, which is why we don't have a ton out there. So, you know, our plants, for example, somebody can come and rip up our plants if they wanted to, or animals can come by and eat them. And so we don't have a lot of protection, but as we go on trying to establish those things for protection of our own equipment, as well as protection of our crops, any assets that we have out there is vital. So that's another big expense we have to think about, and a lot that we have to get into. But let me read a couple comments and let me see what Tiff's up to. What you up to, girl?
He wants to go outside. Keeps meowing at me to go outside. Mm-hmm. Telling him no.
What are you going to do with him? You going to beat him up?
No!
Well, hold on, let me see.
Do you hear him?
Yeah, we got 72%.
Meow.
Let's see.
Meow.
Do you think my oh goodness. You think the internet would be able to hold for me to go out and show them the can crushing?
Maybe.
You guys want to try it?
It's usually better in the front.
It's at risk for the stream's survival. Can we do it? Do you guys want to risk it for the can crushing biscuit? Tiffany thinks I'm a silly goose. How you feel?
Did you decide? Did you come down here now?
Yeah, he's done being prissy. Tiffany is in love with her cat Moondust, understandably, and he is sometimes finicky on what he wants to do.
No, he's not. It's simple. All he wants to do is go outside, and he wants treats.
Fair. Okay. Pampering him constantly is is a thing as well. Okay. Rolanian Television says, great, I missed nothing. Hey, good to see you, Rolanian Television. Thank you for being here, and thank you for liking the stream. Whiteland says, LOL. Rolanian Television says, bro was attacked by machines. They are self-aware. You know it. Rolanian Television says, hydraulic press. Yes, however, a hydraulic press, while strong and expensive, we don't have access to one.
He's purring. I bet you can catch it on the mic.
I bet it is. Do you guys hear Moondust's purr? Cat ASMR. Oh goodness. Hey Moondust.
He's adorable.
The hydraulic press is a good idea. The issue is you can't automatically feed cans into it. Or you could make a machine that automatically feeds cans into it, I guess. But then you're also running like a lot of power to crush these cans. Not saying that our method isn't running a significant amount of power, but a hydraulic press would be significantly more power per can crush that you'd be having to operate at.
That and is weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it goes very slow,
Mm-hmm.
and it's one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
You can't.
The fact is,
They press a button,
mm-hmm.
which means they put in the can. They then press the button, and then it goes.
and it slowly crushes. Right. We have a method right
This
now.
thing should go. Pow, 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 pow.
Tiff's got it. Yep, that's exactly the point. We're trying to automatically feed cans into this machine, have it crush them, and then drop out, ready for us to collect. So the idea is that we could go out and get, a trailer full of cans, and go to a local restaurant or to, a ballpark or something. Say, hey, can we just have, doing recycling, can we collect your cans? Collect up all the cans, throw them in the back of the trailer, and then systematically crush all of them.
Run, Mooney.
In an automatic way that doesn't really cost us anything, doesn't give us a lot of time that we're having to spend on it. It lets us crush all of that and then keep going. First off, 7 viewers, 7 likes. Thank you guys for the likes. If any of you haven't liked the stream, it does help a ton if you would. Francisco says, anyway, AP, ooh, hold up. Francisco says, I got my driver's license for motorcycles. This is for motorcycles that have 50cc or lower. Congratulations, Francisco.
So they're like 12.
That's awesome.
You can get a motorcycle at 12.
Very cool. Tiff's like, you can get a motorcycle at 12. That's still cool. If you're a 12-year-old on a motorcycle, that's dope.
And if you're 12, they limit you to speed.
Just don't smoke cigarettes or whatever,
But isn't that crazy?
Wear leather jackets.
You can't get a driver's license for a car, or at least not a permit, until you're 15. You can get a permit for a motorcycle when you're 12. And the motorcycle's more dangerous than a car.
Agreed, 100%. Also, Tiff. 7 views. Oh, now 6 viewers. 8 likes, but still, thank you guys. 6 viewers, 8 likes. That means a lot. Vincent joined us. He said, hello, AP. Also, I didn't change my name on YouTube yet. Good to see you, Vincent. How are you? Francisco says, hello, Vincent. How are you? Vincent said, I'm doing good. Working on a wood stock for my BB gun. Hey, very cool. Congratulations. Wayman says they've been making a musket. Everybody's making guns. This is wild. Lincoln, Vincent said, yes, AP, let's see the can crusher. Very cool. And then, Francisco said, our latest foreign ministry announcement, we recognize East Turkestan as an independent sovereign state. Very cool. Good luck with that. Let's go see the can crusher.
Run, Mooney, it's coming at you.
Are y'all ready? We're going to go see that can crusher. Let's get it. I'm going to have the camera super close to my face so that there's not a ton that anybody can see. My apologies for the horribleness of the stream quality, but we're going to be back in a little bit. I
didn't realize you turned it around. Hi, sweetie. You better come on, Moondust.
Because this is what you get for
You better come on, we're going outside.
40 seconds. If anybody can hear me or know what I'm doing right now.
You better go. You better go.
Probably
we're going to leave you. You better go.
Sorry for the...
AP, look at this.
What?
Look at him.
What?
Look at him. He's so excited. He just can't hide it.
He's a very cute boy. Okay. I'm here. The RV in all of its glory. Opening up.
Wait!
Going inside.
My tiny little legs can't keep up.
Tiffany showing up. Okay, we're here.
Turn on the fan.
Okay.
It's so musky in here.
It is. Okay, so here we are. Let me lower you guys down so you can see it.
Give it here.
Okay, here it is.
You can't get a good view from over there.
You don't think there's a good view?
You can't see this.
Fair? Okay. I'm
Give
going
me.
to pass it to Tiff.
You didn't plug it in.
Nope, I didn't. I didn't figure we would actually start it.
Boom.
I was just going to talk everybody through all the pieces. So we have a big motor here.
Wait, is it gonna stay?
No,
Nope.
no, that's too wobbly.
Maybe if I push it forward. Ooh!
Okay,
Got
cool.
him.
Nice. So everybody, this piece is the motor. It runs on this treadmill track. It goes all the way up to...
Hold it.
Okay. Goes all the way up to this wheel. Oh goodness, we're too far forward. Okay, get it. And then crushes this can that's in here that you guys can't see at all. Yep. Right now it's a problem because there's a can in there. So yeah. If you can hand me the camera, I can show them it working while it spins.
Wow.
Thank you. Let me flip you guys around real fast. Okay, here it is. So, motor connects to this belt, goes up to this large wheel right here. That large wheel spins. As it spins, it pushes out this piece. Wait, can you go real slow for me, Tiff?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Super duper slow. Super duper duper slow. Super duper slow. Thanks. Okay, so this wood piece comes out of here. It's this big wooden block, okay? It crushes the can. The can falls through a hole right there and then goes back to reset. I appreciate it. I see everybody commenting. Once we get a little bit more power on this, again, we need to make this wheel a lot bigger. We need to make this track a lot longer. The speed of that motor should correlate to a larger force on this wheel based on the circumference. This geometry, engineering. So the benefit of this is that eventually we will be able to put what they call a large hopper onto here, which will just be a big V-shaped can holder, which will drop cans into this slot as it comes to be crushed. So once we get this thing up to be a little more powerful, it will be able to slide in and out.
I think as powerful as it is, it's just that our track cannot handle the speed. We're not even touching an eighth of the speed that the motor can go.
Fair. So you think this piece...
We can keep cranking it up. It's just that the track cannot handle that high speed, let alone the fact that that high speed doesn't allow for another can to drop.
Agreed.
Which is a problem.
Agreed. So yeah, if we can make this a bit bigger, that should...
Slow it down enough because it has to go a further distance so that a can drop in time for the thing to come back and punch it.
Correct. Ooh, first off, we got some drama in the chat. Let me go through and hit everybody up on these comments. Vincent said that looks amazing. Thank you so much, Vincent. Again, we're trying to upgrade it. Francisco said they'll be back soon. Good to see you, Francisco. Vita says, hello, it's the Republic of Vita. Good to see you, Republic of Vita. We are talking about...
Get away from the fan. It's probably like booping you out.
Appreciate
but
you
it's
too.
hot in here.
It is warm. The Republic of Vita said, hello, it's Republic of Vita. Hello, this is our can crusher. If you haven't seen it, we're making an automatic can crusher so that we can increase production for our metals refining business. Republic of Vita says, hello, for some reason 12 micronations say you're a threat. That's crazy. Which 12 micronations and how are we a threat?
I don't know, I think it's silly.
White Wind says, what? LOL, Aeternia is very peaceful. I agree. I appreciate it. Tiff says she thinks it's silly. I also think it's silly. Look at how dangerous we are in this RV. This broke RV with a janky can crusher. We're
gonna beat everyone up.
Get ready. You get the smackdown. Get the smoke. You don't want it. You don't want that smoke. Okay, so here we are.
Is it that you're a threat because you do more than look at my uniform? I am this. Instead of, like instead of doing that, you're like, I'm building things and I'm making production.
I appreciate it. People are showing up in this RV. Yo, Ada's here to rob all this stuff. Oh, yo. We are being informed that food has arrived. You want to chill for like 10 more minutes or so, too? Okay. So we're going to chill for a little bit, hang out with you guys, and then we're going to go grab food. Vincent says right now I'm doing like fitting work and stuff for the stock. That's cool. Good luck.
Better watch it, AP. I'm gonna knock your lights out.
Ooh, see, Tiff's dangerous. Tiff is the dangerous one in this nation. If you thought it was me, it's Tiff.
I'm not violent. I just have violent intentions sometimes.
See, it's all Tiff. Look out. She's the scourge of Aeternia. She can wreck your deck, bro. Look out.
Just those intrusive thoughts.
Goodness. Vitae says, they said something like you copywriting Molossia and declaring war on dogs. That's true. We did both of those things for sure. We stole everything from them, and we tried to attack their dogs.
Right. No one knew. We just had a town in the desert already that we built. No reason for us to buy the land and be trying to build this dwelling, Because we already have the town in the desert, so it's fine.
Correct. We are Kevin Ball. It's official. Get ready. We're both gonna get plastic surgery to become Kevin Ball.
The only threat is that they're jealous.
Got him. Lincoln said, Vincent said, hey, nothing better than a protective lady. Very true. Tiff's a strong-willed woman. I'm proud of you with her. You make me happy.
Thanks. You make me tolerate you.
Accurate. That's accurate. I run us around.
Me.
I appreciate it. She's not wrong, though. Francisco says, Vita, can you please name some of these micronations? Yeah, I am curious. What micronations want the smoke?
Also, dogs, the fur, the softness, the loving. Who would want such a thing?
Vincent said, don't do my boy dirty like that, too. Well, it's because we're horrible dog haters is the thing.
Right. Not that these two German Shepherds over here, we just keep them pinned up because we just wanted them to die.
That's part of our war on dogs. They're POWs.
They're in jail.
Yep. They're war criminals. We got them.
No, they play around. They have a pool and everything.
And there was a communist micronation and threaten your micronation for bamboo. We have been friends with a communist micronation, Parkastopia. I don't think they're currently running, but I'm not sure. There was a while back
last thing that we
where
heard,
they were like, we're getting ready to gear up again.
They were like, free health care, which, don't get me wrong, great idea.
Yeah.
Just after that, we never heard much on how they were planning to do such a thing. Or
I would be excited. I would be excited for Parkastopia to come back. If they are back already, maybe we just aren't in the loop. If somebody knows, keep us updated. But
yeah, we haven't heard anything since the last time that you guys had that conversation.
Yeah, and then it says, and threaten your micronation for bamboo. I don't know about that, but
bamboo.
That's cool.
What bamboo?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, it just sounds like a bunch of lies to try to tear someone else down. Just seems petty.
Wild, I guess so. This thing, we're making this thing.
Yeah, whatever, screw the haters. We're doing our own thing. Boom, 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 boom. Actually, if we did want to be a threat, we just force someone's hand in here and turn on the thing and bah!
Don't do it. That would actually, again,
it would break your fingers.
It's a problem. the other night we were, like I said, trying to. Lincoln said, "Bro, ain't no bamboo in Alabama." There is actually.
There is bamboo.
There is bamboo here. It's like kind of an invasive thing. There's some natural bamboo that actually has like
Yeah,
grown
but they're
in
small.
Alabama. Yeah, they are very small.
Hot, you look.
Tiff got me. Tiff did the whole circle thing.
Everyone else looks. You gotta.
That's true. Everybody in the chat is getting one lick. Goodness.
Threatening, you know?
Because that's how violent we are.
Alright, moving on from the haters. What's
So-
our next agenda to show off?
So we made this thing. We can try and show it running if you want to.
Alright, plug it in.
All right, let's get it
Plug
running.
in,
Let
plug
me
it in.
hold you
Is it
guys
this
back
one?
here to show you.
Hold on, it's not going.
I'll just turn this thing around.
Got him. Yep,
so
that
you
was the
guys
right
can
one.
see.
Ready?
Ready.
On your marks. Get set.
So Tiff turns that knob, and then this thing starts going. Okay, and it's halted right there, just barely moving. Tiff's got to go. Have some pressure on the back, and then just like that, yeah, this thing is faster than you would believe. This thing is crazy. We'll just have to film it to show you guys, but this thing is absolutely wild. Now it's slowing down just because Tiff's not applying pressure anymore. Yep. Here it is. Crazy.
Done.
Oh, dang.
That's what those cans are going to be.
Dunzo, Washington. Got it.
We can make them into Washingtons. It's illegal, so don't do it. But
Don't make them into quarters. Oh, goodness. But yeah, so this is the most that we've gotten a can crusher, the automatic can crusher, this one, to actually crush a can down to, which normally when we press these hand press, they're a little bit smaller. They're probably about that thick. And so that's what we kind of estimated for where they drop in right there. So there's still a lot to do, but we're on our way. This is the first of many attempts. And once we get
reminded me
this,
of Little Bear out here. Brother Bear.
Brother Bear, we're on
Little
our
Bear
way.
just goes fishing and
That's true.
makes cakes with his mama bear.
Yep, Tiff knows Little Bear. This is
Yeah,
pretty cool.
watched it as a kid.
Yeah, it's a good show. It's like,
I liked it.
I like it too.
It was
It's
very
good.
simple.
Agree. We have these cans.
Yeah, so those are the ones that we've run through. They've been hit about 3-4 times.
And this one as well.
That one, we just let it run and
Smack
keep
it.
smacking it to figure out how far it would go.
Yeah.
But pretty much 3 hits, and this is what happens to a normal, regular can, mini can, 3 hits, it ends up down here. And this thing is about as far as our can crusher can go at the moment. But if I was to crank that thing up way, way more, I think it'd get it in an instant, but I don't know if the box can handle that.
Yep. Yep. It's a big issue. But we're getting closer. Again, with the garden growing out of Vitae, with this going on, with us talking to more people in the community, with us getting closer on our metals refining business, this all goes hand in hand. If we can start making more money with the metals refining business, that means we can start investing more into this, which makes it cheaper for us to run the metal refining business. And on top of that,
It
we'll
just
be
makes
able
some
to...
extra cash from recycling and being better to the environment.
That's correct.
That's the threat we have.
Mm-hmm.
We're combating global warming.
Yep, our enemy is global warming. Let's beat them up. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to help. We're trying to get some increased recycling in our area and make a little bit of money while we're doing it. And then as well, once we get all of this done, we are going to be continuing to upgrade with Vitae. Again, we're making the dwelling there, which if you haven't seen, go back and check out our video on it. And as well, if any of you Micronations out there want to do some sort of special event, again, hop over onto our Patreon. If you guys join our Patreon this month, I will do a special a special event, or for anybody who was supposed to get a video yesterday from us, who's already our patron and has not joined and has not gotten it yet, from those who've already joined, we will also do a special one for you guys. So if anybody wants that, let me know. We'll set a date and time and do it.
And it'll be a very interactive video.
Yes, the whole point of that video will be, if you want advice on micronationalism, if
Business.
you want to do stuff, talk about business, actually developing, an economy specifically, if you want to talk about, what we've learned in cultivating gardens and learning about what grows well in our area, developing that, let us know, because
Even though
all
we're
about it.
competitors, doesn't mean we can't help each other to grow.
Agreed, 100%.
Just may not be growing in the same area,
Agreed. We're all working together to develop micronationalism.
And everyone needs to do it in their own unique way, because each person is unique. Copycatting is kind of gross.
That's right. Everybody's doing their own thing. We're all pushing for the same thing, so we can work together. Real quick. Lincoln said, Vincent said, AP, before you go, I made some documents and gained one person, so I'm slowly growing and stuff and doing things. Hey, congratulations, Vincent. That's awesome. I'm excited to see how it goes, and I wish you luck. I know it's tough, but you can do it. I believe in you. And I think you've seen yourself that you should believe in yourself, because you're doing well. Everybody loved you when you were on our live stream and stuff, and in all the ways that you've helped us thus far. So I'm excited to see what you're able to do with those that decide to follow you into the state of Lincoln. I wish you luck. The town of Lincoln, I believe it is now. But yeah, we appreciate you, Vincent. Also, Vita, I wish you luck with all your stuff. Francisco, if you're still there, appreciate you, and I hope you're doing well. Again, we're probably going to head out right now, but I hope you guys enjoy the video. Again, if you want to do more Hangout stuff, if you want us to do more like direct videos where we can, teach you guys something or do some kind of interactive stuff, let us know. Hit us up on our Patreon. And until next time,
Aeternia forever.
Aeternia forever.
And watch out, haters. We're such a threat. And so much, because
we do love dogs.
I know.
We hate dogs. We're evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They bark at night. They wake me up. I don't know. They let you know when some stranger shows up in your house. So can't be great if they're that obnoxious.
Yeah.
Not like if they were trying to let you know that there was an intruder and you should probably wake up and protect yourself.
Got him. Bert's jumping in. Bert, thank you for being here. I'm sorry you're jumping in at the end. If you do like the stream, it helps us a lot. Also, we just brought up, if you guys want any, small group, directly interactable videos. Kingdom of Kushti.
You didn't
good to
finish
see
your
you.
sentence.
Kingdom of Kushti. I'm trying to bring it up to Bert, who is from the Kingdom of Kushti. What we're trying to do is create videos exclusive for the people on Patreon. So if you guys wanted to do, specific class style stuff where it's we talk in a small group setting about our micronations, we can work on individual projects and help you with your projects and give advice and stuff on that. You can let us know. You can join our Patreon and we can get that started and set dates for that stuff. So let us know. But until then, Aeternia forever. See you guys.